Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Company Heroes 1 replay. This one was submitted to me, but I'm not sure by who, or at least don't know if there's a player in this game. We'll see he's lagging a little bit. That could play a role in this game, so keep this in mind. Spawn on the bottom right side as the US forces, we have Swifto, or Swifto. Swifto? Now I'm really overthinking the name. Spawn on top left side as the Wehrmacht forces, we have Claasnact? Claasnact? I have no idea how to pronounce that name either, and I'm starting to overthink it. I should stop overthinking and just pick a name and go with it. The Wehrmacht player. Pioneers are going around capturing sectors. You can see here, he's going for regular strategic points first, going for this munition sector. Nope, he's going to that fuel point there. It's just the pathing. So it looks like he's going for fuel first. We do see a Wehrmacht quarters on the field, but we do also see 4 pioneers. He's going for handicap and pressure, so I have a feeling he may be going for MG42 Schimwagen or motorcycle into fast Kriegsberg, based on him going for fuel relatively quickly rather than the munitions point. But that is just probably a bad guess. You have this US player going for a fuel point as well. He may be eyeing for fast Greyhound.
Engineers, good to go.
Munition sector has been captured on field, and we've got 4 engineers versus 4 pioneers, so similar build order. And again, we may see some lag spikes for the Wehrmacht player, which is important to remember. Because if you feel like there's like a slow control or response time, it may not be him. It may be his internet.
Stand to.
Munitions sector being captured up. We do now have the engineers advancing on forward. Over here, we do have early tank traps. He may be concerned about jeeps early on. Oh wait, the barracks haven't been built yet.
Barracks is up.
It needs a lot of manpower. Engineers and pioneers gauging out time-old enemies, as time-old as their engagement length. Pioneers do get some good damage from the engineers, especially thanks to the garrison. But now there's 2 engineers, but they may have trouble de-garrisoning this pioneer. I don't see anything on the Wehrmacht quarter. We do have a MG42 on the field. Ooh, Pioneer squad will get wiped out. An Engineer squad does fully withdraw. He will receive a couple good bursts there. And he will not come close to being wiped out. Does drop a model there, but he dropped a low health model, which actually makes it so his next engagement will have more health. Pioneer squad does fall back there. Pioneers capture this sector now. And what's being played out over here? It is another MG42, so it's going for a double MG42. He is going to eye for perhaps a relatively quick Kriegsberg. Let's keep him selected for the time being. After we see what's being pulled out over here. Rifleman squad. That will be a second rifleman. Engineers advancing on forward.
Pioneers holds the victory point now.
We are losing territory.
Engineers eyeing for this cutoff point. Very nice. MG42 is going to stop him from fully capturing it, but won't stop him from actually decapturing it. We'll find a volley there. Does fully withdraw. Pretty quick response time there.
Forward base. We're losing territory.
Pioneers do abandon the garrison. He is trying to charge him forward, trying to get some damage on the engineers, and does fall back. Maintain minimal damage on the rifleman there. You can see he got out this side. Rifleman started pursuing, and then he starts pushing forward to get some damage on the engineers before falling back. Nice little small maneuver there. Granted, the payoff was very small. Now we do actually have Volksgrenadiers on field, so my theory of him skipping Volksgrenadiers was not correct. He does actually have quite a bit of fuel stored up as well. Do not have a supply yard being pulled out of the field. And the engineer squad does fall back there. Riflemen making their advance. They're going to throw some rounds into the Pioneer first, who are just standing there menacingly. They're not shooting, they're not capping. But it is doing some good job drawing fire for the Volksgrenadiers to get, so the Volksgrenadier can get some good damage. Rifleman squad looks like he's overall losing. And the Pioneer squad does fall back. Engineers advance on forward.
Pioneers here.
And now we do got a Wehrmacht landmine there. Very nice.
Incoming gunfire. Volksgrenadiers
And now got the engineers engaging these Volksgrenadiers at glorious close-range combat. Pioneers push forward, gaining some damage on the riflemen. And now got the Pioneers being upgraded with a flamethrower, getting pretty good damage on the engineer as they advance. And it looks like the engineer squad does fall back. Riflemen decapturing this munitions sector is also a cutoff point for this fuel sector. MG42 just camping this region. VP has not been captured, so he should have captured that VP with the MG42. Rifleman squad may get a good flank there on the MG42 as well. MG42 does get a good burst there onto the engineers. And he may wipe out that one engineer. Nope, he does not. Got a little puff at the end as well. And looks like the MG42 isn't actually angled to protect himself. I think the rifleman will capture the fuel point there, and they sort of wrapped around a little bit more this one. Did receive some bursts there. Yeah, that angle, it's hard to tell for me, but that could have been a... does secure that munitions fuel point there. This MG42 may want to eye the capture of these sectors. Overall, a little bit poor movement over here on the left flank, I would say. As I mentioned, this munitions point has not been captured up whatsoever, and that's a safe munitions point to capture. Wait, there's 3 MG42s, jeez. The US player may need to eye a mortar or a sniper. Greyhound wouldn't hurt as well.
Perfect. It is built and ready.
Now I've got the skirmish phase now deployed on the field. Into assault phase. Okay, I was really wrong about the Kriegsberg and going for Grenadiers. So we got the assault phase being researched. Maybe I'm for some early 2-3-4s. I doubt he's going to go straight for the battle phase and eye for our Knights Crossholders. I'm just saying that just to say it's not a good idea, but maybe we'll see it. Does suppress both these riflemen squads. Very nice. This rifleman squad will receive continuous fire right there and does get fully pinned and does not retarget towards this other rifleman squad. He does actually repack on up, trying to redeploy, and does fully withdraw now. Hey? No, it won't go down. Pretty close though. No comp graph center deployed on the field. MG42 perhaps just trying to secure up this flank. The Volksgrenadiers even to fire there, and now we've got a motorcycle. We see a motor deployed on the field with an AT gun.
Pioneer squad reports. Replacements have arrived.
Interesting. Both are interesting options. I wasn't expecting a motorcycle at this point in the game. And the AT gun makes sense. He might be expecting something, an armored asset. Not a half idea to go for something early like that. Or for a triage center, very nice. And now we do have the Schumann armor even on the field. He's like to go straight for a 2-3-4.
Mine lane complete.
Another landmine deployed on the field. Very nice. This one, the previous one has not been detonated just yet.
We have liberated this sector.
A rifleman squad with 3 members. That's the one that received a lot of MG42 fire. Engineers advancing forward. MG42 redeploying. This one has not gotten any kills just yet. And that engineer squad will get suppressed. Does fall back there. It has got himself a kill now. The rifleman squad does get a good flank there. Right now the Wehrmacht player does have a lot of manpower for, or sort of, is going for 2-3-4. His opponent right now, the US player, does have a bit of manpower stored on up. And we know about the AT gun. No Greyhound on the field just yet. No supply yard upgrades, and does go for a very defensive AT gun position. You see here, the US player is doing a good job capturing this side of the map. The Wehrmacht player has maintained capture this side of the map as well. Though this mission sector has not been captured up yet. That is a big oversight. He's losing a lot of income by not having that. Volk's Grenadier squad does fall back there. Make it wiped out. There's a lot of stuff on pursuit. And it looks like the Volk's Grenadier will escape out of there. Does lose a model there. That's a motorcycle MG42, not an MG42 MG42. Flame engineers and riflemen getting some good damage on the motorcycle. Motorcycle's trying to swim away. His engine flooded. 234 advancing forward. I don't know if there's stick bombs just yet. He does have an AT gun, so that AT gun needs to reduce. Greyhound pulling the field. Nothing else being employed with Sturm Armory just yet, and we don't have a Kampfkraft Center yet either. Pioneers right there. No landmines over here. Landmines right there.
Units. Light vehicles may now advance and capture territory.
Light vehicles may now capture and advance and capture territory, which that is the Calliope Rhine, if I remember correctly. I always get the first two abilities mixed up. Oh, there is a Wehrmacht landmine there. Wait, was that intended being built, or did that fully build? Greyhound gets a destroyed engine crit there. 2, 3, 4 could try quickly upgrading to a 50mm to try to hunt down the Greyhound potentially. Stupid idea. He only has one Volksgrenadier, right? Yeah, he only has one Volksgrenadier, so we're trying to run it down for a Panzerfaust is unlikely. And now the engineers over here trying to get it repaired on up. Only 2 members there. Got more engineers advanced forward. That will get him quickly repaired on up. And there goes the engine crit. Rifleman squad advance on forward.
Enemy troops are firing on us!
Let's get a brief burst there.
Hey, new guy. Better not fuck up.
Puma, ready
Oh,
to go!
there's a US landmine right next to that 234, so he has not discovered that just yet. Panzerfaust firing, gets a hit there on the Greyhound. Volksgrenadiers falling him back. And the Wehrmacht player will need to respawn out. Does respawn out for Stug to deal with these Greyhounds. Another 234 does leave a immobilization crit there from the sticky bomb. Rifleman could perhaps ping away as rear armor there, or the Greyhound gets a rear armor shot there.
Pioneers have the point.
Rifleman squad is moving around the flank. MG42 may be able to protect the Pioneers. Of course, that angle's not good for the MG42. Does have an angle though, and does suppress him now. Rifleman captured the side, right side of the flank of the map, getting some great field control by the US player. That is not an important point to really secure up. That's a strategic point there. MG42 side this lumber house. I really don't know what type of structure, what type of industry that building's meant for. Seeing the amount of trees nearby, I'm assuming lumber.
We are losing ground.
Stug firing shots on the rifleman, and we know about sticky bombs, so he does have access to sticky bombs there, so Stug needs to back off a little bit. And we do got a second Stug being put on the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 Stug. And an unknown doctrine so far for the Wehrmacht player. NG42 does get spotted there. This one does have 3 kills. It seems to have full health and may have used medical supplies onto him. Does fall back.
The enemy is seizing our territory.
And now we got an M3 half track. He's going for the quad half track. No, he's actually mounted up. There's a rifleman in the back of it. 50 cal loaded. Locked and loaded and ready to kill. Motorcycle mount right there, providing some good vision. No sniper support in the field at the moment. Nor support weapon center. Does dismount the rifleman squad. Does mount up a rifleman squad. A different rifleman squad. It does support the 12 individual soldiers, so he can mount up to 2 of these rifleman squad. If there are 3 4-man squads, he will be able to mount them up as well. Mounts up an engineer, can blow up another engineer. And now do got the quad upgrade, so he's going to charge forward with some of these squads. Does have the Greyhound support. Unusual combo, but can be effective. Of course, there is still advancing forward, but the rifleman squad maybe will get sticky bomb off. Does roll a miss there with the Stug. These forces are still plenty out. Finds a Wehrmacht landmine. Get another destroyed engine crit there. He's been a bit lucky with the destroyed engine crits overall. Greyhound now going to see glorious close range combat from the Stug. He could dismount the rifleman squad to get a sticky bomb off.
We have territory.
There were 2 landmines there. And the Greyhound finds the other and gets a damaging crit there on the Stug. That is a big misplay by the Wehrmacht player. If he deployed 2 landmines, he should have backed off and not get that close now, shouldn't he? I didn't see the second landmine. I didn't see the first landmine.
Wheels and grease, standing by.
And it looks like the quad half-track upgrade has been cancelled.
Your orders, sir.
And now he does have the engine crit there. He needs to either rush forward and get some sticky bombs onto it, but he did not. MG42 is inside this garrison that will help provide some good suppressive fire in this region. And yeah, there's still a lot of MG42s on the field, hasn't there? This player has a good amount of resources, a lot of manpower, some munitions, a small amount of fuel.
We're losing a
He
munitions
may be
point.
seeing Calliopes in the near, not so near future. Nothing else being pulled on the field. He still has 2 Stugs, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 motorcycle receiving some fire. A Volkswagen and the 3 Pioneers and the 3 MG42s. MG42s do a good job of locking down the map, that's for sure. AT gun now trying to find some shots there on the civilian structure. And the Minesweeper squad does get suppressed. This is the stroke has been repaired. Flamingers is eyeing for a landmine there. Does not get it complete. Flaming Pioneers may go down. Motorcycle seeing quite a bit of bar fire. May go down himself. Does escape out of there without even engine crit.
Grenadier reporting territory captured. Big barracks complete.
Rifleman squads are seeing quite a bit of fire right there. And now do have the MG42 falling on back. MG42 may get wiped out here. There's a lot of fire onto him. He does get fully wiped out.
Should we crush them or shoot them?
Americans are seizing territory.
There is another Wehrmacht landmine there. That's important to note. M3 half-track capturing up sectors since he has light vehicle capturing. Doesn't need the rifle from the back for that. And wanting to take on in this region. Landmine not completed, not cancelled either.
Veterancy gained.
We got the crack cocaine tank
Our
crews.
forward supply lines are broken.
Swap out the methamphetamines for crack cocaine.
Mine detector ready? Ready for orders.
Of course, with the Veteran C2, he does have access to the Pinto mount there.
Here.
2, 3, 4 in this region as well. Rifleman squad will get suppressed by the MG42, and that squad will get annihilated by the autocannon. And now he's finally captured that sector at the 18-minute mark, which means he has lost out in a significant amount of munitions. I'm trying to do the math. 100. No, 90.
Munitions location captured by Pioneer Squad.
Rolling out another landmine there. Very nice. If he would have got that munition sector captured up, he'd be at 180 rather than 90 at the moment.
Rounding up the engine, sir.
Ink traps for the US or Wehrmacht player is still there. US player deploying a landmine right next to the Wehrmacht landmine, which could cause a nasty chain reaction. Does the Pioneer spot this? No, he does not. Just out of range.
Who shall we wake up?
We are in battle.
US engineer does spot the landmine there, but does get forced back by the motorcycle. And this motorcycle could be blown up by that landmine. Flaming is falling on back. We do got the Greyhound trying to take some pot shots against the tank traps. The Dragon Teeth's tank trap.
Yes, Kamerad.
Flammenwerfer team is fueled up.
AT gun setting up, trying to get some shots onto it now. Does get some good hits.
Cowards attack our forward base. Flammenwerfer team
Ready.
One was destroyed, so it does allow movement for the Greyhound. And now we do hear our Nebel Warfare Barrage raining on in, trying to hit these forces. Let's get a small splash hit there on the M1 AT gun. And really wants to set the forest on fire. And since this military force is inside the forest, it is not against the Geneva Convention. Does spot the landmine there with the Greyhound. Good landmine placage by both players. MG42 setting on up. Stug will want to shoot that half track. There is a rifleman loaded in the back. No, that is an engineer squad, 3 members. Now the 50 cal is going to be engaged in that MG42 in glorious close range combat. Quick focus on the Greyhound there. Main gun destroyed crit there. And the Greyhound does plow the landmine before going down, which means that is a landmine underneath the carcass, making it perhaps hard for the infantry to advance on top of it, which could be a pretty good booby trap for any sort of advancing vehicle. And we do have propaganda war on the field to pull force back 3 of those squads. M3 half tracks trying to swim. After all, fjording the river is probably always a bad idea in Oregon Trail. Flamer Pioneers trying to pull out some more landmines. Been a lot of landmines in this field. And now we've got a machine gun placement here. We don't see any more battle phases. We do see a Pack 38. Very. Oh, there goes a Pioneer squad to that landmine. Very nice. Nebel Warfare Barrage raining on in. This pair of landmines have not been detonated. Nebel Warfare Barrage raining way back here. The U.S. the Wehrmacht landmine was spotted by the U.S. engineers. U.S. player has a good reserve of manpower. And this base machine gun placement is starting to receive a bit of fire. So maybe we'll just start repairing it up after we get some of the M3 half track. Yep, right there. That was a Greyhound mine. Another propaganda war there, forcing back the riflemen. And there's that landmine. That was destroyed the motorcycle now. Yeah, right now it's split even. Though it looks like actually a little bit in favor of the Axis player. You take a look at their income between the two, 32-23 versus 54-38. So the Wehrmacht player does have more income coming on in. Sorry about that. I don't think I can really change that at the moment. We do not have the thugs getting some good damage on the riflemen. The problem is, well, if I reduce some game volume, other parts of the game would be a bit too quiet. And I don't think I want to change that balance. Rifleman squad does fall back there. Rifleman squad's not advancing on forward. He does have enough munitions for a propaganda war. Landmine deployed out there. It does use propaganda war to force back the squads. There may have been a bit of ways of propaganda war. Those rifleman squad could eventually be crushed by the Stug, though sticky bombs is likely. AT gun pushing way forward. And this Stug does have damage engine crit.
Mine detection team, ready.
Nebel Warfare eyeing a barrage. I think over here again. That one does get a decent splash there, suppressing these riflemen. Of course, it gets the retreat button, and the base healing will keep them nice and healthy. Immediately able to heal up all those burns. Looks like he does run over a little bit of fire there, taking some damage. Rifle squad and AT gun could advance forward. There's an MG42 here for protection. One Stug. And we do got a second Stug now deployed on the field, or not second Stug, fourth Stug. Yeah, P is propaganda war is expensive. You can't really just spam out like crazy like that.
They gained the momentum on the field.
Enemy in combat!
Oh yeah, like how you can't really play around propaganda war. It's immediate. Yes, it definitely had a resource advantage, but right now the VP advantage is definitely in favor of the US player. US player does have right now 394, though it is shrinking. The Wehrmacht player does have 2 VPs. M342 has been pulled out of the field. Rifleman getting hit by the Stug. And he's got these forces advancing on forward. You now have the PAP 38 receiving a bit of fire. I hear another Warfare Barrage raining on in. And it looks like it's close range barrage there, getting a good hit there on the AT gun. But largely flies off the bridge, getting singed a little bit there. And this Stokes, we see more sticky bombs there. This one does get pinned. You can perhaps get some crushes there. He is still fully pinned right there. Rifleman squads over here does fall back. Engineers could advance on forward. AT gun finds some shots on the Stug. Rifleman squad still being pinned. Now suppressed. And pinned again. And the Wehrmacht player is lagging a little bit once again. AT guns now firing away. And the Rifleman squad does get recovered from being pinned, now still suppressed. Stug still crawling away. Does get a good hit there. Good hit with the main gun and good follow-up shots with the Pinto mount. This Wehrmacht landmine that's been deployed here all this time could potentially wipe out the Rifleman squad if he advances too far forward. I hear the 30 cal firing somewhere. Oh, there's another 30 cal in placement here. Let's force back to Volksgrenadier. These pair of landmines for each player still in the region. Yep, that little bit extra damage never... Oh, and does not get the wipe there. I thought there was going to be a wipe there. Yep, the Pinto mount does buy just a decent amount of damage. Nothing too critical, but nothing to scoff at. .30 cal emplacement will go down. Pioneer's trying to get some repairs on the Stug. AT gun still trying to pursue. This may be a line of sight blocker. It's hard to tell. He needs to get onto the cliff. Lining up a shot there. And having trouble with the angle. And looks like Stug will crawl away. Does use propaganda war to force back the Rifleman. Which is good, I would say. Pioneers could charge forward to get some damage to the AT gun. He does also have another AT gun over here, as well as a Hellcat. Find the front arm of the Stug. Gets a good hit there with the Stug. Hellcat now trying to encircle. Does get the kill there on the front arm of the Stug. Stug now surrounded. AT gun gets some great hits there. Potentially rear arm hits as well. Yep, that's a rear arm hit there. Stug trying to line a shot down the Hellcat. Knight's Cross holds small field, so he has got the Pants Command there. Destroyed engine crit there, so it is dead in the water. Warfare Barrage raining on in over here. Knight's Cross holders engaging the engineers. Finds the landmine in there. Nope. May get the wipe. No, it does not get the wipe there. And I think the US engineer just laid down that landmine. Oh, wait. He used those Pioneers to capture the M1 AT gun. And does not get a follow-up shot there. Is there any landmines near retreat? None active I can see. And that one was detonated. So yeah, it looks like that Hellcat will escape on out of there. Will be repaired up by these nearby engineers. Right now the Wehrmacht player does of course have the Panzer Command. Not enough manpower to pull out anything at the moment. Does have enough munitions for another propaganda war. And he does have Veterancy 2 on tanks. No Veterancy on infantry. He does also have 2 Knights Crossroad as well. There's his Vet 1's infantry upgrade. US player right now. Not a massive army deployed in field, but just enough. Has 4 engineers, the 3 riflemen. 1 AT gun remaining, and the 2 Hellcats now in the field. And he actually upgraded the 50 cal on the Hellcat. That's not really needed. Wait, field repairs. I thought he was going for the Calliope line. He maybe switched his mind and went for the Pershing line.
We're losing ground out there.
Let's get some good hits there on the Hellcat. Nebelwerfer eyeing for barrage. I'm not exactly sure where. Maybe trying to hit over here.
Your yapping and get ready to move.
Casualties being reported hostiles in the compound.
He does lose a
Base is under attack.
Hellcat right there. The one with the 50 cal.
Rifle squad, on
Another Hellcat deployed on the field. He now has two. Wait.
What do you need?
Our front lines
Didn't he
are
have two?
collapsing.
Did he lose both of them? I must be going crazy. He must only had the one. Also, on Hellcats, the 75 munition amount is just simply not worth it. It's not a durable enough platform, and you really don't use it to fight infantry. You use it to fight vehicles, so it's really not worth it in my opinion. Plus, his armor, 75 munitions is half a field repair. It's much better to just go save it for either Allied War Machine or field repair. Those will pay much more dividends because they'll either keep it A, alive, or B, re-alived. As opposed to some pathetic damage on infantry overall in for cost. Wehrmacht is good because the veterancy just does more than just improve than provide the MG. Additionally, the Stug is a much more durable platform, so the Petrol Mount does do a lot more damage overall. He really didn't want to receive a sticky bomb there. He could have just retreated away. We got the Wehrmacht captured M1AT gun right there. We do also have the Knights Crossovers gain some damage there on the Rifleman. Captured MG42 in this region as well.
We got company. Enemy troops right fucking there.
And does roll a miss there with the AT gun. Over here, still got the 234 and Stug. A line of tank traps being put on the field. Yep, they do provide a decent amount of suppression. Though most commonly for the stat counts, probably. Nebelwerfer gets a great hit there onto the MG42. And may burn him alive. Or until he's dead, one of the two. And this Knight's Crossbows getting some great damage there on that Rifleman squad. Rifle squad does fall back there, MG42 does get decrewed there. Stug does receive a sticky bomb there, does get it suppressed. The Rifleman squad. The engine is critted. And there is a line of Hellcats now in the rear armor of that Stug. But we've got the Pak-38 here and the defensive landmine. And those two landmines, he did actually sweep that landmine there, so there's no chain reaction detonation there. Hellcat falling back, does receive damage and crit there. Could use field repair to get these guys repaired on up. Hellcat does this, Stug does go down there. Fires a shot there, rolls a direct hit there onto the Nebelwerfer. Pak-38 has not rotated around, overruns the M1AT gun again. He could perhaps catch that one up as well. And this one is receiving much needed repairs. And the Hellcat does go down. We got a King Tiger now deployed on the field, which could find these landmines over here. And honestly, not sweeping the landmines is probably a good idea because you can buff up your own power of your own landmine right there if your opponent's not suspecting it. Nebelwerfer firing away. Probably all the way back here. Rifleman squad gets forward. Pershing deployed on the field. Casualty or Triage Center still has plenty of help from Nebelwerfer barrages. Flame Trinity needs to fall back, and King Tiger's now rotating over here. SCGs. Oh, those use propaganda war to force back the Rifleman. I think he should have let the Knights Crossovers do the work. He's being way too aggressive with the propaganda war. US player still has the same 32 munitions income. The Wehrmacht player does have a staggering 54 munitions income, so he's able to use it a lot, but I think he's still just using it too much. It's also a problem with Nebelwerfer as well. It's just so inaccurate. The Incendiary effect is good, however, especially for the base structures. It's really good for sieging on his opponent's base. Yeah, he could have got a stickied and then use Pioneers to repair it up. And it's also a good chance that King Tigers just sort of shrug off sticky bombs. Because sticky bombs can bounce on King Tiger armor. Hellcat trying to deal with this M242. Got the Stug and the 234 there. Rifleman in nice crossholders engaging at close range. While there are windows here, none of them are usable windows, so nice crossholders get some good damage there. Rifleman squad advances forward, gains some good damage on the Knights crossholders. Could perhaps just sit here and hit the Knights crossholders. The VPs are triple capture in favor of the Wehrmacht players, so the VPs are rapidly evening out. It does get flinched over in the front of the building for the Rifleman to fire away. Pershing advancing way forward, crushing the tank traps and trees.
Here's a breach.
Let's get a good hit there onto the Stug. Still getting some good damage on the Pershing. Now here comes the Hellcat charging forward. Pack 38 is just being poorly controlled right there. Having trouble with the line of sight blocker as well. Stug just needs to stay back there. Just don't charge sometimes. Stug is a bit of fire there. Gets a good hit there on the Hellcat. Hellcat can go down much quicker. Let's get a good hits there. And the Stug does go down to the Pershing. Hellcat severely damaged. Now got a Sherman tank here to support off these forces. Field repairs will keep these guys topped off in health. Sherman tank finds a good hit there onto the Pack 38. And Propaganda War does force back the engineers. Pack 38 does get decrewed. He really didn't want that Pershing repaired up now, didn't he? That's cross advancing forward. May find the machine gun emplacement arc. Will walk in front of the machine gun emplacement. And this landmine still has not been swept by the US player, nor detonated by either player. Nice crossover needs to fall back. Could have got crushed by the Sherman tank. He will avoid that landmine once again.
We have lost a unit.
He can always save us munitions on more allied war machine and field repair. Doesn't have a whole lot stockpiled up for field repair. Do have the AT gun being decrewed there. 234 firing away. It does go ahead and take up the Pioneers. Maybe with the. Don't say anything to the bridge just yet.
What are my coordinates?
M1 AT gun does keep it a fire there. Does get recrewed. 234 gains some good damage there. The Rifle Squad does fall back. King Tigers pushes his way forward. I suppose you're talking about the munitions for Propaganda War. I'll say I'm really a big fan of the Firestorm and the V1 run. Because that's some really fun off-map. And does use Propaganda War to save his 234. AT gun hover may still get shot off. Rolls a miss, however. Flameters just advancing forward. I mean, Firestorm's pretty cheap. Was it 160? B1? Sure has a long cooldown. It's also 150. I mean, that's all pretty cheap for powerful off maps like that.
Knights cross here.
I think I know people like the King Tiger, but I think the munitions support's much more powerful. True. That's probably why he's spending all his munitions on Propaganda War. Now you can save it up for the Firestorms. Pack 38 gains some good hits there. Gets another good pen. We could see field repair. Panzerfaust firing away from the Knights crossholders. Or maybe not fail to fire. King Tiger firing some shots there. Make it a good hit. Nope, does not get a good hit. Hellcat. Oh, well, I'm not sure why I couldn't move my camera. Knights crossholders see a bit of fire there. Knights crossholders receiving quite a bit of fire.
Enemy unit down.
Who order the sauerkraut extra crispy.
We got, looks like mixed AT.
We may see another Panzerfaust over here. Nope, he is running away in time. He's trying to go for the Panzerfaust off. Fired, but whiffs. King Tiger firing away. May get a good hit there. Nope, he does not get a good hit there. That's gonna get a shot there. Flinch the Rifleman as the try gets to bomb off. Nebelwerfer barrage raining on in. Maybe trying to hit the bridge. He does get damage on a crit there. He got a little bit lucky with that crit. But with that minimal damage, our Pioneer can repair that up in no time. Pershing and Sherman tank advancing over here. This area is cleared for the engineers to capture the point. Maybe one eye for the VP first. At this point in time, you really should eye for VPs. He does have enough munitions for field repair and soon enough command points for Allied War Machine. Propaganda War does force back 3 rifleman squads. That was a pretty good propaganda war. And the Hellcat now is seeing some repairs. Let's see. We've got level 1 supply yard production. It could take time to repair up these structures in the Nebelwerfers. Nebelwerfers are decent versus structures with that incendiary effect.
Sherman reporting.
And now we've got a Wehrmacht Panther deployed on the field. Very nice.
We're losing them as fast as we're getting them. Army now holds the point.
VP is now captured, so it's now taking favor of the US player. The US player is a little bit behind, but only by a small margin. Sherman tank received a couple pens there. Pack 38 here to support. Minimal health, but enough help to fire a gun. There's a good pen there by the Panther, and the Sherman tank is now need to crawl away. Roll to balance there. And the Sherman tank does go down there. Now he should have enough command points for Allied War Machine to help recover his future Sherman tanks. Rifleman squads advance on forward. We may see another propaganda war. But nope, we need to see a little bit more nations for that. He's been blobbing a little bit too much around propaganda war. Rifleman squad advance on forward. Gain some good damage onto the Knights Cross Order. May get wiped out. Nebelwerfer barrage ring on in. Time for the Riflemen. And hopefully its extra wide scatter will get a good hit onto them. Nope, those engineers make it splash a bit. And there's a good hit there on the engineers. It may burn to death. He's not paying attention. Let's get a sticky bomb there on the Panther. And the AT gun does get decrewed there. He could actually try capturing it for himself. The Panther should be able to crawl away in time. Flame engineers do fall back. They don't burn to death.
We have 200 points.
Got another Pershing Sherman over there. And right now the Wehrmacht player is a little bit high in population over PopCap. We now have 2 Panther squad on the field. He's actually out of Pioneers. That's actually a bit of a problem. He doesn't have a repair bunker. No, he does have a repair bunker. Probably needs more. Propaganda war was utilized there. Pack 38 trying to find the shots there. Panther charging his way forward. This Panther may just want to stick around and provide some fire support. He has plenty of health to tangle with. See some hits there, trying to go for a sticky bomb. Does get a shot there onto the Pack 38 with his other wounded Panther. And we may see this going down. One more shot. Nope, now he's trying to hit the engineers out of range. Doesn't look like there's any landmines in this region. But the amount of landmines put on this game, you have to be very careful. He just kept this sector. And looks like the US player did actually sweep that landmine. As much as probably it'd be fun to have a nice little collateral landmine like that, it's a matter of time before you actually blow yourself up on it. By accident, by bad pathing. Or proper pathing in a bad location.
Heavy recon here.
Heavy Panzer.
You now have a Nebelwerfer barrage, maybe raining in over here. Yep. Getting some good hits on the machine gun placement. Looks like this time it will burn to death. Yep, King Tiger is still right there. It's really hard to see in the mini-map because I don't know why. It's a tiny little diamond as opposed to, say, support weapons, a giant-sized triangle. This one I don't think it's scale, the symbol scale in 4K. Rifleman squads advance forward, trying to get some damage there on the Knights crossholders. Panther pushed back forward to support the Panther. Knights Crossroads see a bit of fire there. Not fully reinforced. Though he's at pop cap, so it can't really be reinforced.
Heavy armor.
Right now, without the left VP captured nor the right VP, he will slowly lose the game. His opponent has fucked up enough VPs, or is now pulled ahead in VPs. Rockman Squad's eyeing for some sticky bombs. Also, it's a point in time where you may just want to lose a squad in order to get out a Pioneer or two to just help with capping pressure. Potentially, also, it could be detrimental if he doesn't have enough capping squads. Because right now, he only really has just nice crossholders for capturing. The MG42 and AT gun, of course, can capture up points, or not the AT gun, but the MG42. But he's just lacking capping units.
We have enemy fire!
Looks like the Flaming Engineers do fall back.
The enemy advancing.
Panthers advancing on forward. The Wehrmacht player also does have a mass reserve of manpower. And the network are probably least important, though also the AT gun, because he has 2 Panthers on the field, a couple defensive landmines. Maybe the AT gun can go. And he has 2 Panthers and a King Tiger. There's the same minimal damage from those attacks. And there is a US landmine on this region, which could be detrimental to those 2, 3, 4 in the near future. Maybe trying to bait them into that landmine. He needs all of the AT? Possibly. Though, yeah, Pete does. 3 up-gun Sherman 76s. It's been a while since I last seen what's going on over here. Ooh, that's a lot of firepower. Propaganda war does force back all this. Hellcat make it overran. Do not have a elite tank deployed or Veteran C3 tanks. So, I think the game's going to be decided when the US player advances. Let's see, what does he have? He does have field repairs, he does have allied war machine, and he has enough munitions for both. So he's fully geared out, ready to engage something. The King Tiger will have severe trouble. AT gun, however, set him a good defensive position. He needs to properly rotate over here just in case. There is a landmine here, which he may find relatively soon. He needs to use field repair perhaps for right about now. The frontal Sherman tank receiving a bit of fire there, but he's advancing on forward. King Tiger needs to rotate around and start advancing over here. Panther's rotating around. M1 AT gun getting overran. Does get... There you go. His pop cap's freed up now. Sherman tanks advancing forward, getting some good damage here on the Panthers. Though they're getting distracted, having trouble with all this move here. That damage there is having trouble rotating around. King Tiger now advancing back down. I guess he has to make sure his frontal armor is shown, not just reverse back to engage. But it's on the Panther. He's focusing on the Panther. Field repair has been activated. That should get this one. Yeah, inches repaired. Also top up health of Pershing. Pershing received quite a bit of abuse. This Panther can get easily overwhelmed. He's trying to kill this one off first. The Pershing needs to perhaps advance up here just to avoid any additional fire, because right now the King Tiger's getting some great damage there. Does use allied war machine. Decided screwed. I'm going to let him shoot. Still need to get to the rear armor just in case, because right now he's having trouble dealing with it. It is Veteran C3. Let's take out that one. Pershing does, of course, get recovered. Get some good damage all across the front line. It could be maybe good. It does use another allied field repair there. Hellcat does go down, so that is a second recovered unit. He's good hits there by spreading his fire, so field repair will get some great value. Yep, you can see now he's getting all of these guys repaired at once. Does get these engineers suppressed. The engineers need to fall back. They're just getting annihilated. So may go down to a 2-3-4. Yep, does go down to 2-3-4. Does lose both of those engineers. And, oh, no, he should have kept the Panther there. Now the rear armor exposed. He does get a main gun destroyed quick there, taking out those. Sherman tanks need to start evacuating out of this region. King Tiger is Wait, you can get tanks over right there? I thought so they're sort of locked in right there, but he is really far out sea. I think he pushed so far in the water now, he getting stuck in the mud. These Sherman tanks need to get on out of there. Oh, no, he's saving up for field repair. He needs to immediately get a field repair up and going. Don't go for a stick bomb, get a field repair. Pershing's main support, field repair has been activated. This will greatly increase the health of these tanks. Pershing drawing some fire as well, so he's getting used to field repair as well. Sherman tanks are seeing a lot of repairs there. That's the recovered Hellcat. That can go down. Fresh Sherman tank now on field. Instant rifleman squad going to the camping point. We've got these squads need to fall back. He's losing too many supporting infantry squads there. Field repair has expired. Fresh Panther quarter on the field, getting some damage at home to the Panther. And Panzer Command's almost down. Maybe a good idea to pick that off. Hellcat does go down there. Sherman tanks have plenty of health. They could just charge forward. Pershing getting some great armor hits there. At this point in time, he's done a lot of damage. Taking less successful trades may be good, because I think he can deploy out less now. Panther seeing a bit of fire there. Looks like Sherman tanks are designed to back on off. This one's still severely damaged. Gets a crit, not a kill.
Losing a fuel sector.
Pershing now in pursuit of the rear arm of the King Tiger. He's going for a Stug. And Pershing Sherman tanks will escape out of there. Got the fresh Sherman tank now deployed on the field. King Tiger down to minimal health. Gets a good hit there, but Pershing's severely wounded himself. There's another pen there. Pershing does go down to the King Tiger. There's a pen for the armor of the King Tiger. Panther needs to stop backing up. Sherman's trying to squeeze on in. Ain't gonna short a crit there. And he's going to just gamble on this. Does get the kill there. Sherman tank could try running away. And got another Sherman tank here, apparently. Panther. Oh, no, that's a U.S. landmine. Oh, yeah. Sherman tank could be saved. This Sherman tank has seen quite a bit of abuse. Needs one more munitions of income in order to get out field repair. Still getting some good hits there. Gets damage to crit there. And this Sherman tank will run away. Nice crossbow to try to go for Panzerfaust.
None of our Shermans have been destroyed.
Oh boy, there's a lot of carcass on the field, which means free munitions for the Wehrmacht player. What does the Wehrmacht player have at the moment? He has population cap now. Deploying on Pioneers not only for repairs, repair bunker has gone down, but also getting out some extra Pioneers just to salvage of these vehicles could be quite good. He has 8 command points. That should be enough for Firestorm. Maybe enough for E1. Either way, there's going to be a lot of munitions here for him to consume. Let's pick up the M180 gun there. He may want to use that to siege down some of these buildings. M180 gun's almost destroyed. Oh wait, that 234 is almost destroyed. Main gun destroyed a crit there. Good hit there by the Panther. Just stick to line of sight blockers. Just don't charge forward. Don't be a hero. And the AT gun does fully get destroyed there. There's a camouflage pack 38 there. Stug. Receive a sticky bomb there. Maybe just want to crawl away. Fresh Stug complete. He has a decent amount of manpower. Just going for. Let's see. He has. Keep the one Panther alive. Maybe go for another Stug. He knows his opponent escaped out of a good number of Shermans, and there's actually 4 Shermans on the field at the moment. So going for additional Stug would not hurt him. It will hurt his opponent. Grenadier, that wouldn't be half bad for Pantrix. There's a lot of munitions for him to salvage. But I still believe he needs to get out additional Pioneers. Not only for the salvage, but also for repairs. It's going to take time to salvage up everything. Gets a gunner crit killed. Good pen there. Good pen in return. Stug finds a bounce on the Sherman. Oh, and another Sherman tank decides to come up in the rear and penetrates it. And does have the frontal armor shown, just have to stand and fight. Have to rely on the armor and maybe get lucky with crits. There's a lucky crit there. May get a short crit there. Sherman tank advancing on forward. Gets another pen there. And does get the kill in return, but the Sherman tank will go down. could use Allied War Machine, but probably not a good idea. He has a good amount of manpower. Could call another Pershing. There's the Pershing. And that will put him pop cap as well. So, let's see. So 3 Sherman tanks, a Pershing, and has 3 squads of riflemen and engineers. There we go. 234, not fully repaired actually. Just gets the main gun repaired. Does go for Goliath. He's using Goliath for landmine. Interesting. Pioneers do get interrupted there from salvaging. In this game, units tend to forget what they're doing if they get bumped around. It needs to continue salvaging. He also needs to go. He does have a double capture in his favor. And the US player doesn't have a lot of tickets, but he has even less.
The enemy advances.
And the rifleman squad does get suppressed there. We do have now the Sherman Pershing. Goliath does get knocked around a little bit there. And he's trying to eye for the Pershing. It's a decent hit there on the Pershing, nothing too critical. No warfare can be reclaimed. Pac-38 rolls a bounce there. Sherman and Pershing now trying to overwhelm this Pac-38. He may want to use field repair. And does get the AT gun decrewed. They're still reinforcing Sherman tanks there. Single punch truck onto that Grenadier.
Base is under enemy fire.
And your forces going to get overwhelmed relatively soon. Yes, I think there's a fresh Stug there as well. He has 2 Stug, 1 Panther. He's not responding with all of his armored assets over here just yet. Hendrick advances forward. He does have 150 munitions, and I think he has enough command points for V1. I don't know the exact command point cost at this moment for what he needs. And you got field repair not being activated there, trying to top off these guys' health. And Goliath does see the fire there, still advancing forward. At this point being catched up. Knights crossroads gains a good damage on the riflemen, not fully reinforced.
Propaganda campaign is ready to go.
Does get to destroy the Wehrmacht orders. He's actually going to get annihilated relatively soon. He's not responding with his armor. Why is the Panther not responding to this? Or the Stug? What? Is he just AFK? No, he's micro on the Grenadier, so it's definitely not AFK. Because right now he's about to get annihilated. Does lose the Stug there.
We have only 50 points in reserve, and even this is dropping.
I am not sure what he's doing at the moment. I'm sure he has to hold that point, but he's going to get annihilated if he doesn't respond to this. I mean, this point's not being held. He's already have capture against him. I mean, he's not holding a point. He doesn't have the he does not have time on the side with the VPs. Stug engaging. Panther's trying to get overwhelmed. He can pull in a V1 and Firestorm. Get some good hits there. And there's the intricate there. Yeah, I think he just sort of gave up, but he was microing by the Grenadier, so I don't know. Vet 3 Sherman tank. Don't see that all too often. Multiple Vet 3 Sherman tanks. Yep, 2 Vet 3 Sherman tanks and a Vet 1 Sherman tank. And now, got some more structures remaining and he will get annihilated. And looks like he... Not sure if that's an actual lag spike or him actually back on the game.
The enemy is down to 25.
Yep, he actually back on the game this time. I think. Yep, looks like he did actually back up the game almost straight before he got annihilated. It's Android saying thank you for watching and on to the next replay.